This is Opes and Dreams, a podcast for alcohol-free living in Wisconsin. Join two besties as they share stories and experiences on navigating the Midwestern culture of drinking and how they manage to have more fun than ever without it. Hosted by Karin Wall and Kylie Parsons.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Opes and Dreams podcast. I'm Karin and this is Kylie.
Hi.
And today we're going to be going over a lot of fun things. We're still really excited about our last episode with Danny Frank. That was really amazing. And we really appreciate all of the amazing feedback and positive just things you had to say about that and about him being on. I know that meant a lot to him too. So, yeah, that was really fun. And we've got some really fun things to talk about today too. So let's just dive right in. I'll let Kylie take over from here.
Diving right in. Before we talk about all those words next to us. Big words. Say big
I'll
words.
explain all those words.
We'll
I know big
explain
words now.
Right. Words are all made up. So I have some fun stories to share that are alcohol-free related and related to my clients, as I'm also a hairstylist, not just a podcaster, you guys. I have a real job too.
I know you guys probably think we have like no time for anything else because we're so busy with the success of our podcast. But spoiler alert, that ain't the case.
So ridiculous. So I have a new client who is has been sober for a little over 1 year. Congrats to my new client. That's amazing.
Woo!
And she was wondering, what's year 2 like? And for me, year 2 was more like year 1, because year 1 I was pregnant for most of it. So it just like there were so many other factors that played into how I was feeling physically, mentally, emotionally, that I can't attribute any one thing to being alcohol free during the bulk of that first year. But my year 2 was it was great, actually. I kind of found my balance between not eating so much sugar, but I also wasn't eating all the broccoli that I ate during pregnancy. So it was weird. It was definitely a weird year. What was year 2 like for you, Karin?
So year 2 for me was where I was really starting to come into my sobriety. So year 1 was a lot of just like, what the fuck am I doing? Um what is this? Is this worth it? It was just really just navigating a completely new lifestyle. Just trying to figure things out. It's almost like being a newborn deer where you're learning to walk. You're just like being reborn into a completely different world. And so year 2 for me was having a little bit more of a handle on it and being able to walk on my own, and was getting really set into new routines. I was really big into hiking in 2021. Everything changed. I got real skinny. I was super hot. I heard that more than I ever heard it in my entire life. People coming up and constantly telling me how good I looked was like, it's a feeling I'll forever chase. It kind of ruined me.
That's
But
an
it's like
unfair
that.
dopamine hit to get so thin that you don't know if you'll ever get there again.
Yeah, that truly, well, I can't even remember what I was about to say. The glow up, that sober glow up really hit in year 2. And it was rad. Super rad.
So sad.
I loved it. I loved it. I miss year 2.
Right. Year 2 was pretty good. I told her that, year 1 is really focused on just like getting to 1. you really want to
Yeah.
get to that first year mark so that you have that support and that foundation under you. And then year two is when you start to like unpack the shit. So year two can be really hard for people too, but a lot of us, I think, did some of that unpacking 6 months in when we were
Yeah.
more willing to be sober. I think if you're less willing to be sober or alcohol free, it takes a little bit longer for you to get to that unpacking stage.
Mhm.
Definitely, all listeners and watchers, please chime in with this in the comments. We would really love to hear your feedback and your perspective and experiences on your year two. Falls
Yeah,
out for you.
definitely. I think that months 6 to 9 were the emotional unpacking for me.
Yeah,
That was the hardest part where I was like, I have to feel everything now. I can't numb it. And
right.
things are really, really hard. And is this worth it? I'm so bored. I was so bored. And so that's where eventually the hiking took over and filled all of that time for me and Pilates. I keep giving all of this credit to hiking and all of that, but really I was also doing Pilates like 5 days a week.
Yeah,
So those 2 things combined were keeps my whole table, were,
that
keeping me very busy.
Yeah, that is, I think, what gave us the hot bods. Because last summer when I was doing Pilates even once a week, it was a noticeable difference.
Yeah, I wanna get back into it so bad, but it's hard. There's one place to go here that, like, would work for my schedule, but I don't wanna drive out of town. So, actually, I just joined a gym today. I just
Oh,
went and
yeah, yay!
I got a, Anytime Fitness membership, and it's in my neighborhood. I'm literally sandwiched between 2 locations, so
Right,
it was kind of a no-brainer. I just need to get out. I know it won't be the same for me as, like, what Pilates does, but getting on a treadmill
right.
is better than sitting on my couch and scrolling. So
Yeah,
that's all
for
I've
sure.
been, you
Because
know.
like, you can still scroll while you're, on a
Yeah.
bicycle or on a treadmill.
And one thing, and I wish we were, like, sponsored by them or something to even, like, be giving out this cool information. I feel like now
Right.
that we have this, I don't wanna talk, like, great about anything because I want them to, like, pay us to do it, but you
Money, if you
that's how
know.
you know it's genuine that we're talking about it with it, unpaid partnerships here. So, I went into Anytime, and I was really excited. So I got home after I'd signed up and I got the app. And the app has
Mhm,
this whole thing where you can put in your height, weight goals,
mhm.
how much you plan to work out every week. And it makes workouts for you on the app. So there's like the day
Okay.
1 workout, the day 2, and then it shows the videos and everything that you need to do with that equipment. So like with the weight stuff, that's really helpful because I don't know anything about weightlifting,
Yeah.
but I'm 42, so I need to do it because I'm going into perimenopause. So that's really important. So
So going like our aging bodies as women especially, this just it flows right into the next client story that I have.
perfect.
So ladies, as we age, our bone density decreases. If you
Mhm.
don't know about that, there's a whole bunch of information on the internet about it. It's just a fact. So I had a client, she'll be 77 soon. Happy birthday. And she said, I went to my annual checkup and they did a bone density test. And she's like, and Kylie, I've literally hit my all time low.
Oh.
She lost an inch. And we were laughing about it and it was funny. And then I was putting her in the chair and I was pumping her up. And I go,
Mhm.
oh, if you lose any more inches, I'm going to have to put you in a booster seat.
But it's really important.
Right?
And it's a good thing to do when you quit drinking is go find a healthy activity, a healthy way to spend your
Oh,
time.
sure. Yeah.
And yeah, what else you
After I
got?
After I did that, she goes, "Fuck you,"
As she should.
as she should. It
As
was
she
great.
should.
It was hilarious. The other thing that I have is that I had another new client in my chair, which is great. Booming clientele, never ends. He's on the university college swim team, and he told me about a rule of the swim team that they have a dry season. They they're college kids, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, but if you're gonna be on the swim team, there's a certain stopping point for the season where you can't consume any alcohol or you're not on the team. And I was like,
Do
"What?
they
Well,
follow it?
who did that?" "Yeah, you have to follow it." I was like, "Is it really enforced?" And he's like, "Yeah, you can't compete, you
Sure,
can't be
it's
on the team."
enforced, but do they do it?
Yeah, they actually all do it.
That's good.
I believe
They
him.
care about it.
Yeah,
That's good.
right,
I feel like that should just be a because a lot of college kids aren't 21 yet.
right.
So that should
Yeah.
definitely be if you're gonna be in sports, you should I don't know.
However, this particular one is from Canada, so guess back home it's legal for
Oh,
his.
yeah, that's weird. That's I can I wonder how that is for them coming down, um,
Right?
from like, Canada or, like, other places where I don't know.
Europe.
Drinking age 18, I cannot imagine. That is not acceptable. I mean, I was drinking at 18 anyway, so, like, whatever, but, I mean, being able to legally go out into a bar and drink when I was 18 would have been oh, I was. I went out sometimes to bars at 18, so I guess it really doesn't make that much of a difference, but whatever. It's terrible all around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't go out to bars. It's cheaper
Don't
to make fun mocktails at home.
unless the bars have live music,
Oh,
but they
sure, sure.
better offer NA options.
Yep.
I've been continually bugging our friend John Hardy that owns the Green Room Public House about NA stuff on a weekly basis now. So
I mean,
he's
he does a really
finally
great job.
he does do a really good job.
Yeah.
But I need more. And he knows to just do it or I won't shut up. So he was kind enough to ask me my opinion on what kinds of teas I think they should have. And I
Mhm.
recommended a couple really neat little adaptogenic seltzers and stuff like that. So those are other options that aren't sugar packed. He liked that comment that you had made, Kylie,
Mhm.
about the sugar packed drinks and how people don't
Oh,
necessarily love to do that. So,
yeah, because a lot of people who drank liquor heavily have that sort of withdrawal that they replace with sugar.
right.
And that's totally what happened to Alex and I. But speaking of mocktails, I have a couple of mocktails that I'm going to make for Thanksgiving that I'm excited about.
Ooh, are you?
Yeah,
What are
I'm
you doing
gonna.
for Thanksgiving?
So we're having a bunch of people over. A
Nice.
chunk of each side will be here.
Very
Um,
cool.
but Alex and I really like those old fashioned mocktails in a can. But what I wanted to make was an apple cider mocktail. So it's going to be apple
Ooh.
cider with orange juice and ginger beer. And then I've got those blood orange dehydrated fruit
Right.
and other slices of fruit and slices of apple and cinnamon sticks for garnish. And
Well,
then
make sure you take videos and pictures of them.
yeah, yeah, I will. I'm
Content.
excited. Do like a rim of cinnamon sugar.
Mm,
I'm so
that sounds really
excited.
nice.
I know.
It's really nice. Speaking of NA drinks,
Uh-huh.
I have one right here.
Oh, you mean
Yeah,
like this one right here?
exactly like that one.
What?
Exactly. So this here is the fucking pumpkin from Go Brewing Company. So it's an NA beer with real pumpkins and spices. And I found out very recently, due to one of the amazing sober coaches that I follow. She was at Go Brewing this weekend and they have a tap room where they hold like wellness events like Pilates or like yoga and stuff like that. And they don't incorporate beer into it, real drinking. So
Ah,
wellness and toxins aren't put together.
who knew?
Amazing.
What a
So
novel idea.
we're gonna do once again, we're gonna try something we haven't tried before right here live on the podcast, everyone. So,
Welcome
ooh,
to
I can open, still got it. I still got my beer opening with one hand skills.
I don't.
So we're going to go ahead and give this a try. And neither one of us have tried this one yet. And we got these we went to the Sober Social meet and greet or meet up a couple Sundays ago. And we got a whole bunch of different NA beers we've never tried to try for you guys. So
Yeah,
let's try it. Cheers.
I'm excited. Cheers.
Let's see. Oh,
That's one. Oh, yeah, that's 2.
That's good.
Mm, fuck yeah.
I I gotta be honest, I drank a lot of pumpkin beers when I was still drinking, and my favorite one was the Southern Tier pumpkin ale,
Mm, mhm.
and this is better. This is better. This is, like, really like having a pumpkin pie in a can, if that's the
Yeah,
kind of thing you're into. This is
for
really
sure.
good.
That's exactly what it tastes like, but it's not that annoying, overbearing pumpkin fake flavor. It's like
Right.
a light it's just like it's not a hug, it's like a high five.
If mine was cold, it would be a lot better, but I totally forgot, until we decided which beer we were gonna try. I forgot to put them in the fridge until that moment, so mine's a little
Ugh.
mildly cool, but
Mine's chilled.
it's really good.
It's really good. I like it a lot. So,
That's the move.
gobrewing.com, fucking pumpkin with real pumpkin and spices.
Yeah. Big and it's from, Naperville, Illinois is where the
Naperville,
brewer is, which I really think we should take a little trip down there. I really wanna go check that place out. Um,
deal.
yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun. So I didn't really research a ton about the brewery itself, but,
Alright.
you know,
Let them do
I
some
want to.
research on us.
Yeah,
Oh!
I'm into it. But yeah, and the can's really cute too. It's, like, super
It is!
Halloweeny, super
Yeah!
festive, so
With the Headless
great.
Horseman in it.
Yeah. So
Spooky. Mm,
definitely recommend that. That would be really nice alongside Thanksgiving dinner.
10 out of 10. Yeah,
This is
I
yeah.
might have to get some more of these.
Yeah, this is really good. I'm really impressed by this one. Great. So
Sweet!
if any yeah, everybody run out to your local grocer
Mhm.
and get this NA beer, and if they don't have NA beers available, bug them about it.
Right.
Go and bug them.
Several times.
They they love that. It
Local business
works.
owners love it when you annoy them about products on their shelves.
It seems to work for me
Yeah,
every time.
good job.
I'll do it till it doesn't work anymore.
That's
All
great.
right.
Yay. Okay,
So
so tell our listeners and our watchers, if you're not watching, Kylie, that's me. I have a sign sitting next to me that says neuro linguistic programming. What the hell? Neuro linguistic programming. Go.
So, as you all know, I've started my coaching program. So
Yes!
I am loving it so far. I had made the switch from life coaching to transformational coaching, which kind of has, as I'm going along the course, I'm about halfway in already. I've been really
Wow.
zooming and through it and really, really loving it. I'm learning that there the idea of, like, manifestation, right, is something that we hear really, really often, but
Mhm.
it's kind of got it can have this, like, sort of stigma about it or this, like, woo-woo spiritual thing that people don't always attach to or not everybody really jives with.
Sure.
But the powers of meditation or manifestation are really strong, and I know that they work. They've worked for me, in different ways, and I know people that I've had great success with it. So, neuro linguistic programming is one of the things I'm learning in the program.
Mhm.
So it's kind of the idea that you change your thoughts to change your words in a nutshell.
Sure.
So, it's kind of I don't know. I'm really, really excited about it. I've always kind of been into neuroscience as it is, ever
Uh,
since I kind of started learning about um, going on like my own like awakening journey or spiritual journey. I've always been really into it, into like the positive psychology, and not in a toxic positive way, I want
right.
to say, but I've just been really into how the brain works and all of that stuff. So it's called NLP is kind of how it's referred. And like we said, it stands for neuro linguistic programming. So it's basically the way your mind thinks and processes things. That's the neuro side of it. Linguistic is obviously language, and it's the language you use both out loud and inside your head. And then programming is your thoughts, your patterns, your habits, and your automatic reactions to things.
Mm.
So NLP is kind of a look at how these three things work together and influence each other. And the idea is that your thoughts create your feelings influence your behavior, and your language plays a huge role in all of it. So once you understand that connection, you can start shifting patterns that have become like second nature to you.
Yeah.
So it's actually like a lot like reframing, especially, is the part that's kind of similar to like a scientific version of manifestation. Um, it's like choosing a different perspective or meaning, but in a way that feels practical and approachable instead of the woo woo version people usually picture when they hear manifestation, basically.
Sure.
So, in transformational coaching, obviously, it's very important to just adopt an overall positive self-talk, and to try to, like, shift things in your brain and how you think about them. So when it relates to, like, sobriety and recovery, it's, drinking is just, like, kinda naturally this automatic thing where you never really question it. So you're kind of, like, in this mindset, like, "I need to drink to relax. I'm not gonna have fun without alcohol. Everyone else is drinking, and I should be too." And
The
these are
wine
things that you
moms.
yeah, these are the wine mom culture. Like, these are the things that you repeat for years and years and years, and they actually start to feel true even when they're, like, not at all. So NLP helps you pause and ask where those thoughts even come from in the first place, and it helps you shift the language you use around drinking. So it teaches you, like, like when you're saying things like, I can't drink, that feels like you're being restricted. And I don't drink feels like you don't have a choice. Um, or, like, or you like, I can't drink is like, it's limiting, right? It's not
Mhm.
like positive speak. And so if you say, I don't drink, that feels like a choice that you can stand behind. So that's like your own choice that's being made. And in early recovery, especially, old reactions show up really, really fast. And NLP gives you tools to interpret those patterns and build new ones. And it just kind of creates an alcohol free identity that feels strong and aligned with the person you're trying to become. So people learn these different techniques of NLP, and we'll go over a couple of those in a little bit here that are like really easy things that you can do anytime, anywhere, and that you can like work on to kind of, and this, it doesn't have to be for drinking and sobriety. The transformational coaching is really setting me up to be able to help people with any kind of challenges that they're facing, whether it's relationship issues, motivation issues, eating too much, wanting to lose weight, just wanting to, just make better, healthier changes
Mhm.
for yourself. So like people use it for anxiety and overthinking and building confidence and setting boundaries, all kinds of those things. So yeah, basically it's just been really, really incredible to use. And I've noticed it with some of my own thinking since I've been learning this. And I've already kind of had it set in my head along the way. Whenever I find myself saying something like, I have to do this, I change it to like, I get to do this. So just
Mhm.
as like little examples. So we're going to do a couple of the techniques. This one is really simple and it's like grounding, but it's called anchoring.
Mm.
So you can do something like placing your thumb and your finger together, or you can put your like hand over your heart. And when you're doing this, you just think of a moment where you felt really calm or really strong, and you kind of close your eyes and really allow yourself to get into that place. Thinking about like one of the practices I did was like a time that made you feel really happy and really confident. And you just really, really put yourself, you hear the sounds, you see the sights in your head, you really feel the way that feels. So then later on, when you find yourself in a moment of being extremely anxious or feeling really like you're just not in a good place, you can bring your hand back to your heart, or you can bring those fingers together, and it's kind of supposed to bring you back into that feeling really good or feeling really grounded or feeling really confident and really happy. So if you do this practice on a regular basis, kind of just becomes this automatic thing. And I've noticed that already. I did my with I had a quarter in my pocket one day, and that's kind of another NLP practice where the the I'm also reading a book on the side about it, so it's not just the stuff I'm learning because I'm completely obsessed with it. And it was like the Las Vegas technique where you just like have this like quarter, this poker chip in your hand. So that day, I was just like going about my day, and then I would like just not even without thinking about it, I stuck my hand in my pocket and I felt the coin, and it took me right back to that place of feeling like really, really good. So that's
Mhm.
one of the techniques called anchoring. And like these are practices that you really want to work on kind of like every day,
Yeah.
right? So the second one I want to talk about is the swish technique. And this one is when you are like picturing an old habit or an old response to something,
Mm,
and replacing it with a clear picture of the future version of you who feels steady, sober, and grounded. So if you think back to like if it just automatically pops into your head. So you're not like really actively trying to put yourself into this past place, right? So this is
right.
just if you're having like a day where you're thinking a little bit and then like, oh, you get that cringe moment of something that you pops in your head that you did when you were drinking. And this teaches you to just automatically set your head or your brain or your thinking into picturing yourself down the road feeling sober and steady and grounded. So that technique really
Right.
works more for people that are really getting started with not drinking, or like I said, for other kind of like issues that you're having in your life. And we talked about it already, like the reframing and the language shifts, and just changing the way you phrase things to shift your emotional experience. So I can't drink becomes I don't drink. I'm trying, I'm choosing to. This
Mhm.
is hard becomes this is new and I'm learning. It's going
R
to be boring if I go to the party. I get to make new connections when I go to the party. And then the last one is future visualization. And this is, kind of like where the manifesting thing also comes in. So this is picturing yourself months into your alcohol free lifestyle, months into whatever goal you have set for yourself. And this is something I do almost too much. I call it putting the cart before the horse, because whenever I start something and I'm really, really like with my coaching program, so I'm like right here at point A with my coaching program. In my mind, I am like at a beyond Z. Like I am already living this like coaching. I am doing TED Talks. I am, doing all these things. So that's just another practice that kind of helps people um just be in a good space when it comes to early. And there's like hundreds and hundreds of NLP practices. It was founded in the 1970s and it's widely used in all kinds of different forms of therapy and all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah,
That's really interesting. Thank you for sharing all of that. I know
I'm
you're
obsessed. Sorry, I could go on
excited.
for a year, honestly.
The last bit, that you talked about where you intentionally put yourself in that position, Alex and I were just talking about this the other night, but in a different scenario where it exists in kids that are often diagnosed with ADHD, that they don't do well in school because they're not being challenged, because they're bored, because they already see themselves as the 25-year-old doing the thing that they want to do. And they're like, this sucks being 16. I hate it here. I should be
Right.
in the future, which is how I also felt through my entire 20s. Like, why aren't I 30 yet? This sucks. I don't like being in the 20s. Nobody takes me seriously. So I think it's really interesting that something that comes naturally to some people in a more like neurodivergent way
Hmm.
can be used intentionally for recovery. I think that's
Yes.
awesome. That's so
Or
cool.
any challenges that
Yeah.
somebody is going through. Yeah, it's really been it's been
Brains.
really, really amazing to learn about all of this stuff. And it's just like, it's just really tickling my nerd side. So I'm already
Yeah.
like, as we're talking on this exact subject, I'm already lined up my NLP practitioner certification. I'm enrolling the second I'm done with these other 2. So it's just like, you know, I'm just really, really into it, and I'm really, really excited. So
That's
there's more to
really
come
cool.
with my learnings, y'all.
Yeah, brain stuff. The
Yeah.
retraining your inner monologue, reminds me also of when I was reading a lot of books about how to be, like, anti-racist,
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
that lives in the same area where culturally, and systemically, we're so used to thinking a certain way and something pops in our head, that's just how we think, but when you recognize, "Wait, that's actually an intrusive thought, and I don't actually believe that, that needs to change." It's
Right.
becoming aware of it and then intentionally making that shift.
Right.
It's a lot of work if you don't, like,
It is. It's an
stumble upon
everyday
it.
practice. And that's where coaches come in because for people that really are ready to make those big changes, it's so overwhelming.
Right,
So coaching and me knowing all of these practices and being able to guide you and help you with providing tools that you can do for yourself. That's the one thing I didn't really realize much about coaching before is the level of we're not we're not giving you the answer. We're guiding you to come up with the answer on your own and by
mhm.
asking really powerful questions. Which is gonna be great for me because I'm a terrible listener, but I'm really working on it. So I don't get to give advice. I've gotta be the guide, not the guru, and
Yeah,
that's so I'm learning just as much from all of this as, I'm going to be learning to be able to teach others and, or not teach actually.
not to guide.
But yeah, it's really interesting. And they want me to be already like doing practice coaching and stuff, but like my brain can't work that way. I have to have all of the information in order to even start practicing. So I'm like they keep
Yep.
saying like you should be out practicing, you should be taking practice clients and I'm like I'm not doing that until I'm completely done because I want to have all the stuff. So
Yeah, it's like when
soon.
you do something, you wanna do it well, and so you need to be fluent in the language.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Absolutely
Nothing at
nothing.
all.
I feel that way with, how to speak production. That is a whole different language. I've been trying to learn it for years.
Production
Yeah, like stage
for
production.
like okay, yeah, yeah. They have different language
Oh my god. Getting CC'd in those emails is really fun. Anyway.
because you're like, I don't know what that means.
Follow along.
Eh,
I'm just nodding my head. Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. I know what you're talking about. Totes.
can you edit out my
So
yawn just now?
yeah. So
It's terrible.
you just did 2 nights in a row at the Majestic, and as I guess I don't know, leaders is not the word I was looking for, but as sober women in the live music scene, like, we've been there
Leaders
for a
is a great
while
word.
and we're not going away. Has, like, doing that 2-night run at the same location and seeing some of the same people
Yeah, that
was, like, on a scale of 1 to, "I wish I stayed home." What was that like?
I actually had a really good time.
Good.
Yeah, have I think because of this joining the sober community and being around people a little bit more because of that,
Yeah.
I've been um everybody is trying to get a hold of me right now. I have been really enjoying being around people. But again, I'm doing merch at
Right.
the Majestic, so I'm
It's
in
a
my
protected
own
kind
little
of
I'm
peopling.
protected, I'm
Yeah.
in there, I have a mission, I'm
Yeah.
working, so my brain has got a task, which you know how that is, it's so much easier to have a task.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but it was like normally I'm pretty like, stay away from me."
Mhm.
And I was really, like, actually happy to see people and hugging and yeah, it was the right weekend for me, I guess. I was in the good a
Right.
good headspace for it. I had a really, really great time, both nights. Like,
Yeah.
No complaints, no skips. It was really, really, really good.
That's great.
Yeah.
So then
Which
compared
is surprising for me.
that is surprising, but what's more surprising is the other events that you've gone to with maybe knowing a couple of people and that becoming a regular thing. Like that's surprising to anybody that knows you well
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, it's
That's
been
awesome. You're like
pretty.
really stepping out of your comfort zones in all of this.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the thing is I talked about this a little bit on my personal socials, but we were talking about isolation
Mm.
in early sobriety and how people really isolate. And did we talk about this?
We might have a little bit, but
But not on here?
I don't know.
Okay, maybe not, but
I think so.
I realized that I've been isolating for the last 6 years, pretty
Yeah.
much, and so I've just had my defenses up and my walls up really, really hard because I've been afraid of anybody kind of coming in and compromising my sobriety in any
Mhm.
way.
Or your pe
But I also didn't realize the power of being in a room with 20 to 30 other completely sober human beings and how
yeah,
amazing that is. And you all can relate on such a deep level to so many things because you're all going through like these same lived experiences. And it causes you to just connect so quickly because you get deep really
yeah,
quickly. You're talking about all kinds of things and traumas and reasons why you don't drink. So I've been like really creating these great friendships with this group of girls and we've been chatting a lot, making plans to do things and I think that's really helped me in other areas with connecting with people. So I'm not so like Mm, about other people. I still am. I mean, some people still smell really bad. They're still constantly walking up and justifying their drinking when you didn't ask. Like, just I don't care.
oh, that's weird. People do
Like
that?
one of the musicians
Oh,
came from well, one of the musicians came up and he was like they were asking me to go to one of the bars after it and which is always fun to get asked because that means you're cool and they want to hang out with you.
sure.
But he's got a cup of whiskey and he's like, "Do you want some whiskey?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't drink alcohol." And he's like, "I really don't either. I'm just," and I'm like,
Mm, mm,
like
mm.
I don't care. I don't care. And I don't need you to like lie to me right now. And then, he was going outside to smoke. I didn't even react like I normally would, where I'm like, ugh. He was just kind of like, I know it's terrible. But it's like instantly you tell somebody you don't drink, and all of a sudden they have to be on their best behavior around you.
Yeah,
It's like, I don't.
ooh, that's an interesting one. So, let's unpack that just for
Hmm.
a few minutes.
Ooh, we
For
have stuff
it
to unpack with you.
huh?
That just reminded me unpacking. We have something to chat about with
Oh,
you too.
yeah. Let's hashtag unpack that. So
Let's unpack that. I think we just
so
did a thing.
different eras of sobriety bring different eras of unwanted projections from our peers. Early
Yeah.
on in sobriety, I found a lot of support. I got a little bit of resistance from people, but not like in an offensive way. Um, and I think earlier on in sobriety for me, getting that negative pushback didn't well, it probably bothered me a little bit because I was younger and now that I'm older and wiser, anytime somebody would potentially give me any kind of pushback, I would have some witty comeback. Like
Hmm.
that woman at the bar when I did merch recently, she made a really distasteful joke about getting roofied and how it would be welcomed. And I said to her, "Oh, honey, no, you need to dream bigger. That's not okay." She set her drink down somewhere else, but yeah, that's an interesting part of it, getting any degree on the spectrum of like, "Oh, wow, that's really cool," to just unloading their justifications for why they still drink, is crazy.
Right,
Weird.
and without even being asked. It's like
Yeah.
this instant they feel like, "Oh, mom's watching. Now I've gotta, like, act better." And
The
it's like
boss is
people I don't know super well, that's the thing, and it's just I don't know, it just gets really interesting sometimes, and It's like on the other, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm finding so much more often that people aren't drinking. I mean, it's just blowing my mind the amount. I made a post on my personal Facebook, just a prompt, a question to ask, like,
Loved
how
that.
long have you been sober? And I had like 140 comments on it. You have
I loved
people
it.
chiming in and sharing, and I think it's just it's amazing.
And even the
So
people commented on the fact that you created that
dog
space
is
for that
aggressive.
content. Hi, Susie.
Right. She's
Like that
being
alone.
aggressive right now. Come here. Come here.
Twos.
She really needs me to not be giving attention to anything else right now. She's
Yeah.
just like every time I'm over, she's like bumping my arm up. Hi, sweetie. Hello, girlfriend. So the thing we have to unpack with you.
Oh, yeah.
So the other day, gosh, I'm never gonna remember it because I can't remember anything. It was something about you saying how you can't be a fan of yourself. Or it was like, I
So,
can't, it
yeah,
was
yeah.
about the podcast, how we're not the number your favorite podcast.
Yeah,
And you
so
said, I can't be my own favorite. That's weird. And I said, that is something that you definitely need to unpack with your therapist because you should, of course, be your favorite. We should be your favorite. I don't know why. It's not my favorite, but it should be your
should
favorite.
be my favorite, but not your favorite?
I don't listen to us. I can't go back and listen to this. It's cringe.
Well, and I have to go back and I watch us, like, 3 times. I've got
Yeah, I
all the
stopped
all those
I
bits
stopped
that are
listening.
in it. That's so
Stopped
funny.
listening to us.
I I do enjoy listening to it, like, yes, I full disclosure, I edit the episodes, I watch it again just to make sure that it's as good as I can make it, and then sometimes in the morning, I'll turn it on YouTube and I'll listen to it while I get ready. I just need to experience it from from all perspectives, so, like, don't get me wrong, I'm obsessed with us. However, uh, yeah, Robert Evans is in my ear on a much more regular, and
Right.
all the time basis. So yeah, that's got to be my
I
favorite
get
part.
it.
But the other
I
thing
get
that
it.
we needed to unpack was that I don't have a therapist anymore because I fired her because she fell asleep during my last session.
I had a therapist start falling asleep on me too. And I'm like, I need therapy for that.
Girl, I was like, I'm
I need therapy because
concerned.
my therapist is falling asleep because of the things I'm
She
saying.
So the screen is, like, right here, and she would, like, put her eyesight just out of the line of the screen so I couldn't and then so I knew she was sleeping, and then I would stop talking, and then she would kinda perk up, and then she would ask a question or say a comment as, like, a follow-up that had nothing to do with I was talking about. It was so cringe, and I was concerned for her, but I ended up finishing the session, getting through it because I was like, ultimately, that must have really sucked for her too, to have to like struggle through that last session of her day.
Right.
And so the next day,
But
I called the
yeah,
company.
she's
I requested a refund. I canceled my next appointment. I talked to the owner. She was completely mortified. She's not licensed in Wisconsin. Otherwise, I would have just picked right up with her. But so I'm currently not in therapy right now. This is my therapy now.
um like what does it say about us that we bore our therapists to death to sleep?
I mean, I guess we just should have started a podcast a long time ago.
I think we should have learned from that and maybe not started a podcast. Actually, I think we went the wrong direction. Anyway, so I am super excited about our next episode because we are going to have our a really incredible guest, you
Yeah.
guys. We have a really amazing, powerful force in the regional, I want to say, maybe national, maybe local, sobriety world.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
And they're a business owner and they're out there in the sobriety world. So I'm really, really excited to have them on. And it's gonna be a freaking treat for y'all. You won't be falling asleep on that one.
No, I sure won't. It'll be a freaking
Sure won't.
this fucking pumpkin.
So yeah, I
Great.
that's all what do I have anything else? I don't
Mm,
know. I feel like all I've been doing is the program and work
yeah.
and all of that. So
I'm
nothing exciting going on here.
I'm pretty knee deep in how I need to execute the tasks on my list. I still need to put together my sauna. I need to clean well, first I need to clean the
Your
room,
sauna.
sauna, but first I need to, like, redo the playroom to make it work. Then I can put it together.
You're putting it in your
Refloor.
home,
Yeah, it's gonna go
not in the garage.
in the playroom. No,
Okay.
inside. Inside downstairs in front of the TV.
Oh,
Sorry. Excuse me. It won't be on the mic, it's fine.
I quit
But
again.
also, Thanksgiving is next week and we have, I don't know, 10 people coming over. So cleaning and baking and yeah, it's about
All the
it.
fun things
It's my
gearing up. So
December.
happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I don't think we'll, I don't think we'll ever be returning.
You need to let me go now.
I think we gotta be done. She's glitching.
Okay, great.
This is
Thanks
why
for
I don't
being
listen.
here.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. I hope everybody has a happy, safe, and sober Thanksgiving. Good luck to those that have are navigating their first Thanksgiving in sobriety. I know that can be really, really, really hard and tricky to do, but you've got this. You're strong. I know people are going in with toxic families and just really interesting family dynamics. So just do what you got to do to ground yourself before you go. Dig into your toolboxes that you should have created for yourself
Mhm.
and reach out to somebody, reach out to one of us if you're, going into your first year of not drinking and you're scared as hell because we've been there, we get it. So
Right.
hope everybody has a really lovely, lovely time and
Yeah.
enjoys the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade because that's what I'll be doing. That's my favorite tradition.
And football and eating too much food. For people out there, Alex and I, my husband, used to be the cocktail makers at my family functions. That was his way in to the family. So it was definitely a transition going into not being that person and kind of changing up the family dynamic. But
Now
now
you
it's
can be the mocktail people.
yeah, mocktail people.
Just
I'll
don't tell
still
them.
allow like there'll be a couple of people who will want to bring a bottle of wine or have a couple beers, and that's fine, whatevs.
Just don't tell
But
them there's no alcohol in the drinks you're making and trick them.
placebo my family function.
Yeah, they won't know. They've done studies with that with like NA kegs of beer at college parties,
Oh God.
which now that
Mhm.
I think about it, I did know that there was NA keg beer because I've fallen victim to this study before.
Hmm, fun.
hmm So it
Fun.
works. You think you're drinking beer, you're going to think you're drinking beer. So
That reminds me
trick them.
of do you
Trick
remember
them
that
all.
do you remember that Adam Sandler skit where he's talking to the dude and the guy is like, "I'm so high, man." And he's like, "Well, that was oregano." "Oh, it must be that acid, man." And then he goes, "Oh, that was pencil shavings." Then he goes, "Oh,
No, I have
I'm
no idea what
so
you're talking about.
drunk, man." "Well, that was NA beer." And then, "Oh, man, I killed myself." And then he goes, "That was a cap gun." It's a great skit, Adam Sandler. OG.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll add it right to my list of
All right.
things that I'll watch someday.
It's just
All
audio.
right, y'all.
Commercials.
Great. I'll
Okay.
check it out.
All right.
All
And
right, everybody. Happy Turkey Day. Hopes and Dreams podcast is recorded, edited, and produced by Karin Wall and Kylie Parsons. Music provided by the People Brothers Band. Donate to Hopes and Dreams at www.buymeacoffee.com/Hopes and Dreams podcast.